Someone tells a joke. Everyone laughs. You laugh too.
You didn't get the joke.
And now someone is asking you about it. So I have to tell you something.
What's up?
I had to make a phone call a few weeks ago. A wrong charge on my bill. Small thing. Easy fix.
Okay, so you called?
I didn't just call. I prepared. I wrote everything down. The charge, the date, exactly what I wanted to say. Bullet points. Full sentences.
You wrote a script to make a phone call?
I rehearsed it, Lily. Out loud. More than once.
Okay, so you were ready.
I was so ready. So I call. It rings. Someone picks up and says, "Hi, this is Mike from Global Tech. How can I help you with your account today?" I still don't know what he said.
What do you mean?
It was like one wall of sound. All of it. One breath. One noise.
And your script?
Gone. My brain was still on word 3 of whatever Mike said. And my first line was right there. I'd like to dispute a charge. 6 words. I practiced them. But I couldn't get to them because my brain was stuck.
So what did you say?
I said, yes.
Yes. To what?
I have no idea. He said 20 words and I said yes. And then he asked for my 16-digit reference number. And I'm looking at my paper and it's not there. And there's silence. And Mike is waiting.
What did you do?
I put the phone face down on the table.
You put it face down?
Like if I couldn't see it, it couldn't see me.
Leo, how long?
When I picked it back up, Mike was gone.
Did you call back?
The charge is still on my bill.
Okay, can I be honest?
Please.
I don't catch those fast greetings either. Nobody does. Not even native speakers. I just say hi and keep going. Half the time, I don't know the person's name.
Really?
Really? And here's the thing. You didn't need that script. You needed 3 phrases. Could you slow down? I didn't catch that. Could you repeat that? Just permission to say, I need that again.
And I think that's what it feels like when you're listening to English and it comes at you too fast. Someone is talking and you catch the beginning, but then it blurs. And you feel like you should understand like everyone else does. And you don't want to be the person who says, wait, slow down.
But asking someone to slow down doesn't mean you're behind. It means you care enough to actually understand, not just nod and pretend.
I wish I'd known that before Mike.
Call them back.
I will.
Today.
Tomorrow.
Leo.
If you've ever nodded along when you didn't understand, you're not alone. That's why we're here. Subscribe.
Okay, so the phone call. That's you alone. One stranger. You can't even see them, and it's still hard.
Right.
So, what happens when you're not alone? When you're with people, friends, a group, and everyone is talking and laughing, and you're right there with them?
Oh no.
Oh, yes. So, dinner last month, a friend's birthday, small group, maybe 7 people, and everyone is talking, and someone starts telling this story about a guy named Dave.
Who's Dave?
I have no idea, and that's the problem, because everyone else clearly knew Dave. They were laughing before the story was even finished. Like, just the name Dave was already funny.
And you didn't know who he was?
Not even a little bit. But everyone was laughing, so
You laughed.
I laughed. Big smile. Like, oh yeah, Dave. Classic Dave. Never heard of this man in my life, but I'm nodding, I'm laughing, I'm in it, and it feels fine for about 30 seconds.
What happened?
Someone turned to me and said, "Right, Lily? You remember when Dave did that thing at the lake?"
Oh no.
And now I'm trapped because I already laughed. I already committed. I can't say I don't know who Dave is now. That was 30 seconds ago. That window is closed.
So what did you do?
I said, "Oh my God, yes, that was so funny."
About a thing you never saw, done by a person you've never met, at a lake you've never been to.
And then someone said, "Wait, were you even there that day?" And the whole table just looked at me.
What did you say?
Nothing for way too long. And then I just said, "I actually don't know who Dave is."
And?
Everyone laughed, for real this time. And someone said, "Oh my God, we should have explained. Dave is Mike's brother." And then they just kept talking. That was it.
That was it.
5 seconds of honesty after 30 seconds of panic.
And you know what? This happens in English too. All the time. You're in a conversation, a group, everyone is laughing or nodding about something, and you missed it. Maybe you didn't hear the word, maybe you didn't understand the joke. And instead of saying, "Wait, what?" you just laugh along. Because stopping the group feels worse than not understanding.
And then someone turns to you, and suddenly you have to respond to something you never understood in the first place.
And your brain is screaming because now it's not just that you didn't understand, it's that you pretended you did. And that feels so much worse.
But here's the thing, and I need you to hear this. Your brain in that moment is lying to you. It's telling you that everyone will judge you, that they'll think you're stupid, that you ruined the moment. But that's not real. That's just fear talking. The real moment, the actual moment, is almost always, "Oh, we should have explained." And then everyone moves on. That's all it takes.
Okay, so those are small moments. A phone call, a dinner. But what happens when you're stuck somewhere for longer? When you can't just laugh it off or hang up?
So I signed up for a beginner pottery class, Tuesday nights, and honestly, I was doing well. 3 weeks in, and my bowls weren't perfect, but they looked like bowls. I was learning. I felt good about it.
So what happened?
I show up one Tuesday, sit down, start setting up, and the instructor walks in and starts talking about the cylinder technique, building off base forms from last week.
Cylinder technique?
I'd never heard that phrase in 3 weeks of class, and I looked around, and the faces were different. The work on the tables was more advanced. Everyone seemed confident, focused.
You were in the wrong class.
I was in the wrong class, and I knew it almost immediately.
Lily!
I picked up the clay and started copying the person next to me for 20 minutes. 20 minutes of pretending, nodding when the instructor talked, smiling when she looked my way, making something that had no shape and no name.
Why didn't you just say?
Because every minute that passed made it harder. At minute 1, I could have said, "Sorry, wrong class," and it would have been nothing. But at minute 10, now I've been pretending. Now I've been faking it. And if I say something now, they'll know I've been sitting here lying to everyone.
So you just kept going.
I kept going, and I could hear her moving around the room, table by table, getting closer to mine. And my brain is just, if she sees your work, she'll know. She'll know you don't belong here. Everyone will look at you.
Did she come to your table?
She stopped right behind me. She looked at my wheel, then she looked at me, and I just said, "I think I'm in the wrong class." And she smiled and said, "Happens all the time. Beginner class is Thursday. Come back then." And she moved on.
That's it?
30 seconds. I sat there for 20 minutes in complete silent panic for 30 seconds of completely fine.
And this is what it feels like when you're learning English and you're in a conversation or a room or a class, and suddenly everyone seems ahead of you, like they all understand and you don't, like you walked into the wrong room and now you're trapped there.
And you stop trusting everything you already know. I was good at pottery. 3 weeks of real progress, real skill. But the second I felt behind, none of it counted anymore. I felt like a fraud.
And that happens in English too. You study for months, years, you learn so much, and then one hard conversation, one moment where you feel lost, and your brain says, you're not good enough, you don't belong here.
But you do. You just walked into the wrong room, or the room got harder for a minute. That doesn't erase everything you already know. I'm a little lost. Could we slow down? That's it.
Not weakness.
The bravest thing you can say in any language.
30 seconds of honest.
Always better than 20 minutes of pretending.
3 moments, one feeling. That moment where you know what you want to say and something stops you.
If you're learning English and you've ever felt smaller than you really are,
The words are in there. Let them out. Even if they're messy, even if they shake.
that's still your voice, and it's enough.
Subscribe if you want to keep going with us.
See you in the next one.
Take care.
Bye.